Going live.
The Out There channel.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Okay, how's everybody today? How many people are going to show up today is a good question. So yeah, daylight savings has messed up everything. So we're doing a more look at other viral videos doing the rounds and UFO news. I've been busy all week with my sister's moving house and having to have all the gear reset up there. I should have to pay a technician to come and do it. Of course I do it for free. So I had to learn all about home theatre systems and how to set up all the speakers. That wasn't much fun, I tell you. Lost the cables. Yeah, so I found out that HDMI's got another extension called ARC. I didn't even know about it, where it allows the audio to go from the TV back to the home theatre box. And also, what is it? ECS or ECS? ESC? No, it's not ESC. ECS, where it sends the remote controls and power on, power off through the HDMI cables as well. So, yeah. So you can use one remote to control it all, basically. So yeah, big learning experience there. Maybe I shouldn't rabble too much, because some people out there complain that I spend too much talking about my week that's passed, rather than getting into UFO stuff. Well, I do add chapters so you can skim past it, but there is an initial process of waiting for people to come, so we talk during that period. It takes about 15 minutes people to get their email alerts and realise there's a show on. But yeah, I said to this guy, are you being nasty to me on BitChute? He says no, but you wasted 15 minutes before you actually got into it, so you should do a better editing job. I said it's a live show, mate. I add chapters to it so you can skip past the intro if you want to, but it normally takes a couple of days for me to do it, to add it on. Everybody's quite okay with that. So yeah, you can't please everybody, right? So who's out there? lurkers, haters, say hi in the chat. I just got to do a few checks anyway, and pause all the preview screens. Let's free up some CPU here. So it looks like Pilled is working all right there. Say hi in the side chat if anybody wants to have a chat or ask questions. And here we go on Rumble. Let's look, we got, let's do an update there. Hey, Michael Kings finally showed up from the dark hills of Scotland. How's it going? So you've been busy too, you say, in the weekends. I hope it's not as expensive as my weekends have become. Every week seems to be some sort of electronic failure and have to pay money to get it fixed. Yeah, it looks like we got 3 on all the main platforms out there at the moment, plus Twitch, of course, which normally has about 1 or none. Yeah, I'm not sure why I stream to Twitch. I suppose it's okay for backup anyway. Audio. I guess the audio is working. 1, 2, 3. Sounds alright this end. Hopefully it sounds alright going out to all the YouTube and whatnot. Yeah. So yeah, we're doing some silly videos with UFOs flying behind planes and whatnot from the usual shield channels out there. I've better post around my link here to my webpage, and I don't seem to have that thing open, which is kind of weird. I normally have it open. So I can just copy and paste it. Text file, that is. Close that down now. Everything seems to be working too well today. I'm a wee bit scared that something's going to go drastically wrong. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good there actually. I'll just put in the comments. Yo, yo, how's it going? Did that work? I think it did. And Pilled, of course, has got 1 as well. Hey, we got Mr. Tiso. How's it going? Whereabouts are you? California? How do we do it on Pilled again? Oh yeah, there and there. It won't let me click it for some reason. Oh, finally. Yeah, so we got someone alive there on Pilled. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for saying something on the side so we know it's working. And yeah, we should be able to kick it in. Yeah, now. The website's got various links to PayPal, gold, if you want to send gold even. You can use the super chats or the own Pilled system, I guess. I haven't found a way to actually take out any money out of Pilled. All these systems get locked out of PayPal. And of course the banks don't play ball anymore, you know. They try and shut down free speech. It's a pain in their bum. When I don't do anything wrong on my live shows, you know, I should have the right to have the money sent to PayPal from Pilled. I'm not sure how I'm ever going to get that money out. I think it's about $20 worth there now, which is about 2,200 coin. What does it call it? Pills? Gold pills? They call it gold pills on Pilled. A bit like the Matrix. Hey, let's kick it in. If you want to come on voice, let me know. If you want to be like a sidekick, I can set that up. If you want to be a co-host, the position is open. So yeah, first thing up is what mist looks like on camera. Even though you don't see it with your eyes, it really messes up thermal cameras. I mean infrared cameras. And here's an example here. You can't see much of stars in the background because of all the moisture in the air, and this is what happens. It kind of looks like dust and pollen, but no, it's just water droplets, really fine water droplets just blowing around. And of course we've got that damn space spider there, just hanging in the web. Maybe two of them, maybe, I don't know, 2 spiders or 2 flies captured in it and spun around. Every time I clean that camera, next day the spider's back. But look at that, super highway. And there's also some bugs mixed in with that lot of water. And it's funny, you don't see it. You probably feel it on your face, maybe, like moisture. Like not really water droplets, but maybe a cooling effect on your skin. But there's no way you could see any UFOs in that night, right? You just can't get past it through infrared. You can with optical, of course. Because a lot of shills could put that up as on ghost channels, you know, the ghost hunting people. They go around, and of course they breathe out this fine water mist, and it makes these little particles similar to that, and they say it's a wheeling effect of a plasma or a ghost flying into the room and out again. When it's just water particles that they breathed out, and it's just dispersing and breaking down. It might bounce around just like this is, you know, a little breeze, and they change direction. Kind of looks like it's alive. So yeah, thought I'd just show you that. Because the more we got matches to things like this, more people can cool out the shells, hopefully. Third phase. We're putting out a lot of crap lately. The UFO chasing the plane, so we might just come back to that. Let's just go through what we got here. First, so there's a new UFO show called Project UFO. Now, not to be confused with the 1973, is it? Project UFO show, which was renamed in certain countries. It was originally called Project Blue Book, and where it was taking actual case files for Project Blue Book, and they renamed it Project UFO. So don't get confused with that. It's a new show for Netflix. I think there's 4 parts out at the moment. And I've seen the first one, and it's quite good. It looks like it's made in Poland? Polish? And it follows the UFO culture, I guess. It's got a skeptic on there that's trying to make ufology sound like a bunch of idiots and debunk everything as natural or explainable. And it's got a similar name to Phil Class. So I guess they're trying to parrot certain key people in ufology, but different names, of course, and of course different country. But yeah, without spoiling it too much, it starts off a bit like Close Encounters, where street lights go out and house lights go out, and then suddenly there's a beam of light shining through the window, and then it sort of cuts away from that. But it lights up to some researcher in ufology's house. So, you know, how a lot of ufology researchers, if they're real, will sometimes get a visit from aliens, like I have in 2020 or whatever it was. So yeah, I have to confirm all the dates there eventually. I haven't been working on my my Alien Experience movie because I've been so busy with other firefighting problems and money and all that sort of stuff that I just haven't had the time to work on it, which is a bit unfortunate. You know, if I was like not doing live shows, I might have a lot more time to do it, I guess, and people not demanding my time for technical help. But anyway, this guy here, Jeff Knox in UK, is he? I think he might be in UK. Has seen it on Netflix. He reckons it's pretty good. Watch Project UFO on Netflix. Want to learn about the real Emilcin case. They fictionalize. See my thread or watch my lecture on the case. So yeah, the first episode basically is talking about USOs anyway. The guy detects something on his special gear that he's made, like a radar and high frequency radar. You know how you can send out RF and it bounces back off things. So he's got his own sort of radar system, and he detects a UFO landing, so he bikes out there on I think a pedal bike, not even a motorbike, pedals out there, and comes across the edge of the lake and some power poles down burning. So I'll leave you with that. So yeah, it's well worth going to dig up and have a watch of it anyway. So it's based on a case called that, and this guy's got a link to it, I guess, somewhere. And up here he's got, I got to say I am quite impressed with the show. The fact they integrated the obscure backstory and drama between the two ufologists in the plot, as well as a pleasant surprise. Whoever wrote it did deep research on this Emilcin and the Polish UFO scene. Despite the guy kind of reminds me of Phil Glass, whatever his name is. So yeah, I don't know if this sort of factual or just adding in bits. Where's copy? I wanted to see what we could find on that. I'll just try that to see what we can get. So let's see, abduction. Also, supposed alien abduction of a farmer. I think we might have covered this with Robert Farmer in UK. He specialises in UFO historian stuff. Village in the administrative district of, how do we say that? Gmina Opel. Lubishki. Oh, we know it's in Poland. Eastern Poland anyway. So there's obviously a lot of trees there. And looks like there's a lake there, so that must be what they see as UFOs and under the water. Sounds a bit like ghost rockets in a way, doesn't it? What's that there? 1907. So there you go, little green men. So it's got a lot to say here. Can we summarize it, or do we get it to read out? Because I can't read all this out. Short, green-faced humanoid entities, about 5 foot. The two beings jumped into Wooski's cart. Why would they want to jump into a cart? According to Wooski, sat next to him and started to speak in a strange language. Sounds a bit dodgy to me. Originally, he mistook them for foreigners because of their slanted eyes. Racist, prominent cheekbones. The craft to whiskey. Give me a cup of whiskey. A purely white, unidentified flying object about 14.75 feet, 4.5 meters, and 16.5 feet, 5 meters. It's pretty small craft. There must be little tiny 5 foot people in it. It'd be very cramped in there. Time travelers. No, could be, I suppose. Yeah, I don't believe in time traveling. I think it's just a bunch of nonsense. Although, in my universe theory of multiverses, if they're at different ages and they can teleport from their realm or their universe into ours, technically they're coming from the future or the past, right? Depending on what universe they're in. So there, to me, that's technically time travel, but it's not in the same realm. Well, Einstein theory and believers of space-time stuff, which I call nonsense, say it's all in the same realm, where you can actually go and meet yourself in the past and all that sort of stuff. But I think each universe will have our double gangers, not necessarily all universes, and some of them would have been dead and some will be outliving us. So it's possible if they travelled into our realm that we'd see ourselves, even though it's not ourself. It's not pure time travel. So that's my theory on it, from the information I have been given anyway, in dream state after my alien visitors. So who's more likely to be correct? I don't know. Have I misinterpreted it? I don't know. I don't think so, but anything else you need to grab from this? So yeah, go and check out the next Netflix thing. So now you got a sort of a background to it, see where it leads. I've yet to watch the rest of it too. But it doesn't talk about seeing USOs, so this must be another UFO sighting that happens. I'll post a link to that. You can have a read of it all, I suppose. Does this come under the occupants case, is it? Where there's sightings of various aliens visiting various countries. Was the craft egg-shaped at all? Does say white here, you see. As long as a bus, and in the air at an altitude of 16 feet, so it hovered. Doesn't say whether it was egg-shaped or disc-shaped though. 4 objects. There were 4 objects on the craft made of a black material. appeared to be drill-like in appearance. Black material which generated a humming sounds. So it sounds like a drill bit, 4 of them sticking out the sides. Sounds a wee bit like an iron lifter, but a large scale version. So yeah, nothing whether it was egg shaped or not. What's this about the door? Each the size for one person to sit in. There are 8 or 10 benches situated around the craft. Sounds very strange. Claims he was taken aboard the ship with 2 additional... Why did they jump into the car and then go into the ship? Elevate platforms, so it wasn't white light levitation that you get on the normal abduction cases. Yeah, I'm not really believing this one much myself, but I guess if you had different alien species visiting Earth, it's possible, I guess, that they might be human-like, because DNA might be the same throughout all the multiverses, right? So, having green skin though. We know, I did a thing about green skin entities episodes where humans can eat like carrots. If they eat lots of carrots, their skin goes yellow, not orange, as people might think. And also, if they eat a lot of silver in the diet, the skin can turn blue. But green, I don't know what you'd have to eat to have skin turn green on you. Unless you're like half plant, half animal, where it's got chlorophyll in the skin. And which maybe that's how they get the energy, is absorb it through their skin, and it turns it into sugars or carbon, breaks it down through the air that you breathe. You breathe in the air like the trees, and the sun breaks it into oxygen and carbon. So you get energy as well as material to grow your limbs and stuff from. But again, you still need all the other nutrients to be a humanoid, because we're not trees. So you still need calcium and all the other base elements. So yeah, I suppose when you're thinking about aliens and why they got different makeups, according to these UFO cases, it makes you think a bit more deeper into the science aspect of it all. So yeah, I suppose it's possible, but we need to know even more questions than answers, right? Daylight, what was this one? He was taken on the ship. 2 additional entities inside that small craft. He met near the flying saucer, was then gestured to undress. There were about 8 or 10 benches situated around the craft. See, I've never heard any other case like this. Each of the size for one person to sit in. There were some rooks in front of the door which were moving their legs and wings, but seemed to be immobilized. Wolski claims that he was then examined with a tool. assembled 2 dishes of sauces. After this, he was ordered to redress. It was then he noticed. So how did they know his communication? See, to me, this whole story this was a wee bit iffy. He's not talking about telepathic communication here. There are no lights or windows. It sounds like something that third phase would make up to me. Yeah, I don't believe it, but anyway, I suppose it'll make a good drama. We'll paste it down. Just to paste it down. Yeah. Well, we're finding out new things, I guess, that we've never heard before. Or we have, but have forgotten about it because it didn't sound realistic. That's always the problem. Who's out there? Any new people joined us yet? We got Mike still sitting there, probably laying in bed listening. 2 on Rumble and 3 on 3 on Rumble and 2 on Pure. I thought we might get a few more, but obviously not. Okay, got a lot of tabs open here. I need to close some. So yeah, just from that one post, went down the track there. It's amazing where we head in this field. Now I'm not sure if he's put any pictures up or anything here. I'll just have a look what's posted under it. There we go. So he's basically copied what we read out in the wiki, and that's the guy in question. And that's it. And he's just basically summarized basically what I said. Oh, right, we've got some more pictures. So there's the cart. And sinister looking green aliens though. There's those 4 black drill screws. So now we've got a picture of what it looks like. It looks like a cube UFO. A flying chariot. Does sort of look like it would be an iron lifter of some sort, I would have thought. But anyway. And so much better with diagrams though, isn't it? What's all the SIDS? I don't know what all the SIDS are going around the outside here. Well, there's the platform lifting up. But where's the benches? He talked about benches around the outside. So I don't know. That one's not a really good cartoon. The colour ones are good, but hard to see that one. Oh my god. Creepy looking. Looks a wee bit like Darcy Weir. I wonder if he's got orange hair. There you go, it looks like a house now. It's not a cube, it's turned into a flying house or a door. Yeah, I'm not really buying into this story. The UFO interior is black and greyish tints. What do they drink in Poland? Vodka. Sounds like a major hallucination, that one. So this has always been the question. Some of the stories sound so ridiculous, but the people sound so credible. You just don't know what to believe, right? And you're just wondering if it's like implanted memories to make them remember something, but make them sound foolish, like they said they've met aliens, but what they remember is not actually what happened. I think that's the way I would explain it, right? Because if you have multiple witnesses that see the same thing, and it sounds absolutely ludicrous to abductees, but it's more incredible than if you have to with this similar story, right? Like Pascagoula. See, that doesn't look like a house on that one. But yeah, the only way I could think of a flying house would if it have that would be experimented with lighter than aircraft, where they're using internal helium. But this is meant to be like 16 feet, not a couple of stadium size, not 2 stadium size UFO. Now if it's like that, what Art Bell saw, and it's 5 stories high, you got plenty of room inside for buoyancy of using helium cylinders, tubes, or whatever you want to call it, balls or gas that makes it buoyant. And you can just put electrical motors, engines on, like the ion plasma that I showed you a couple episodes back, to move it around quite fast. And you can have lots of people inside it and all that sort of stuff, and take it up to the edge of space. But like what we're going to look at next probably is Blue Orion rocket launch, which went up to the edge of space and caused a bit of a hoo-ha. But we'll cover that next probably. So he's posted a lot here about this case, but yeah, I'm just not buying it though. We'll go back to the colour ones, so at least we got something. So it does look a bit like him in the drawing there. The creepy aliens again. So I'll post a link to it anyway, and you can go through it yourself. Kind of looks like a caravan there on stilts. Well, that'd be quite cool. Have a caravan like that. You can just fly around in the air and just drive it around, and then land and go camping. And yeah, you got a picture of the house again with the stilts. Now there it is there, a model even. So was that what he built? Doesn't say. Yeah, what's that one? You know, if you got that and you got a house like that as a model, you got to wonder what the hell's going on here. I rather like to see his own hand drawing. That's normally the first thing you look at, the hand drawings. So why would someone make up a crazy story like that? Some like attention, I guess. Some people think that they can make maybe just some quick cash selling it to newspapers. So yeah, there's a good reason to want to fake it. Oh, Michael, he's still here. I am laying down. You're going to fall asleep on me. You are, you are. You'll get abducted while you're sleeping. You'll be dreaming of green aliens coming to get you. Okay, so... I think the next Netflix drama is going to be way better than that anyway. So it's definitely going to be worth watching. Hey, so you got the links posted there. You can check out all that stuff he's posted. It's talking about the Astro-Nots. Bimbos in space, they're calling it. Where it's got, what's that name? Katy Perry and... God knows, so-called social media influencers. So yeah, what they're saying is they went to space and back, but they actually didn't actually go into orbit. They didn't actually go into real space. So everybody's calling it CGI or hoaxes. So we'll just go through that now. So there's the rocket they went in. Looks very much like a copy of what Elon Musk is doing for the Starship one, doesn't it? And it even lands back down just like Elon. So I just wonder if some of the people that worked with Elon left him and started working for Jeff Bezos, which is Emilcin guy, the billionaire, instead. Transferring their ideas to him, and probably Elon probably paid lots of billions of dollars in research and getting rockets to land and all that sort of business, and he just got the benefit of it. Something strange going on there anyway. So I don't know who all these girls are, and I don't really care, but I think that's Katy Perry there. One of them is meant to be his girlfriend, half his age, I guess, probably that one. Actually, let's just look it up. How do you spell his name? If you got lots of money, you have the girls thrown at their feet so they can have a nice cruisy life. Let's find out how you spell his name first. Jeff Bezos. Bezos. Oh, that's not how you say it though. What kind of name was that for American? That sounds like a Polish name, doesn't it? Or something like that. Girlfriend. Lauren Sensky. Yeah, she looks like he's half his age, is it? She is a licensed pilot and founder of Black Ops Aviation. In 2023, she became engaged to Emilcin and Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos. Hey, I got a ding dong.
Michael King donated £10 through Super Chat. I will make it through the whole show. Had a long lay in today, tongue out.
Cool. It's always good when you feel rested. I had a really rough night myself. I was waking up every hour and I was feeling sick, so I took some medicine. I think it's just my hormones going wrong because I felt hot when it's freezing cold night. But anyway, I won't talk about that. So I've basically come on here without eating anything because I was feeling a bit green, like the green aliens. So yeah, how old is she? Some girls look younger than they look, you know. So, what is she? She looks very foreign looking too, doesn't she? What's that, South America? I don't know. Sanchez. It sounds foreign, doesn't it? It sounds like it's Mexican. Is she a Mexican? Doesn't look like Mexican. Anyway, how old is she? See, she's 55, but she doesn't look it. That's what I mean. That's amazing. How old is he? She only looked like he's half his age. And he looks like Dr. Evil now. He sold his mansion for a record-breaking $63 million. After his girlfriend and him moved to Miami. And a $237 million compound. It's alright for some, isn't it? That's why I never buy Emilcin. I don't want to support this guy. So he's 61. God. He's only a few years older than me. I suppose that's good reason to shave your hair, because it generally goes white, doesn't it? Well, anyway, carry on looking at the so-called astronauts. Carry on to the next one. So, of course, it caused a lot of conspiracy theories, you know, the flat earthers and all that sort of stuff. Hint, they weren't really in space. Can any space nerds help me understand how the Blue Origin capsule came back down without any re-entry burns? Well, if you look at Elon Musk stuff, they still looks pretty good. I don't think that's an Elon Musk thing. What was this trajectory thing, or some kind of superior material used? It's because it never went up that high enough to cause the burn marks in the first place. And generally they don't have lots of windows like this going all around it, right? This to me looks like what we were looking at a couple of episodes back of these pods, that experimental pods on high altitude balloons, right? High alt. If we get the images back up, you'll see these pods that humans can be in. High alt human pod balloon. Okay, images. Right, so they sent up these big things that had like these little pods underneath where humans can be. What's it come up with balloons with a man inside? Looks like we have to try a different search. I'll just do high altitude balloon. I think we get better results. Here we go. That one's got a capsule. You know. So that's how they initially experimented how high they can go and how to build the capsules so they can have humans on them. Project Mogul was the same, wasn't it? But they took up animals or monkeys and what do you call it, crash dummies, and then pushed them out and they parachuted down. Instead of popping the balloon and the whole module coming down. So we progressed on. But yeah, where's the capsules? I've come across. See, there's one near. Is it? Hot air balloon, high altitude. That one looks like it's got windows on it. It's got to be here somewhere. Maybe put capsule, maybe. It's got to be a quick way to get something up. And that one again. But they have got the white one. Here's another one. Looks a bit like International Space Station copula. Or something from Star Wars. But where's the white little capsules they designed? Must be some picture of it here somewhere. It's exactly the same as what they're using on the rocket. But we're not going to be able to find it, are we? It's probably got a special name for it. High altitude balloon, let's say humans. Okay, it's got one there, far away shot. God, man, I found it quite easily when I wasn't looking for it. Now I'm trying to find it. I can't get the pod that I'm looking for. Where they're doing experimental stuff. Unbelievable. What other names would you call it? Then hasn't given us any options. Edge of space, maybe. Oh, I spelled it wrong, but oh, here we go. I'm getting something now. Very similar. Right. Would you ride a high altitude balloon? Well, they've bypassed that and gone for a rocket instead. Space, and a giant hot air balloon. Let's have a look at that one. It's a different shape there, isn't it? High balloon rides. So yeah, but there is one where it's more like on top of the rocket. I've come across it before, but yeah, that's another design. It looks like I'm not going to be able to find it, but yeah, you get the idea that they've been experimenting with that sort of stuff before they put it on a rocket. Close that down. I've got some messages here. It's the CNF capsule you're looking for. Alright, okay, I could have put that in. I was thinking that the Red Bull CNF high altitude jump one. Yeah, there's one where they did skydivers, right? But this one looks like it's different. Yeah, it didn't go high enough for entry balloons, that's right. Yeah, I'm just going to go over all that. Thanks for the £10 anyway. I'll make it through. I'll show. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I'm starting to feel a bit better. I think gravity helps. You know, laying down doesn't really help. She looks 90% plastic. Yeah, it's just amazing. Wouldn't I say she looks like she's late 30s in that picture, not 55. So something definitely going on. But these billionaires, what's wrong with this guy? He needs to be marrying people like in their 30s anyway. You don't go and marry an older woman same age as you, unless you weren't interested in making kids, of course. I think Elon Musk, they're calling Elon Musk a wee bit weird because he ejaculates his sperm into like you call like a sperm bank, but he only offers it to women that he okays. So if they're like sort of like single and super pretty, because he wants to spread his seed around the world, which is kind of creepy and weird, I guess. But yeah, most billionaires just have affairs and with different women, end up having, or different wives. They have a wife, and then once they've had enough of them, they go and divorce and get another one, don't they? Who does that? Who's had lots of wives? That's rich. Well, Donald Trump is one, isn't he? He's had a few wives, hasn't he? And he's had a few kids out of each of them. Donald Trump's the same. But who else out there? There must be a few people that's had lots of wives and like 100 kids. They can afford it because they're the millionaires or billionaires, right? So yeah, because it didn't get up to the edge of space, so it's like one of those high altitude balloons. It's not going to have any, it's not going to pick up enough speed before the parachute is released to cause any burn marks. Now next person that's calling conspiracy, flat out truth. Sounds like a flat earther. So many are waking up to this hoax. This landing was a joke, a giant inflatable in the desert, cringe CGI, laughable acting, faces stretched tighter than the script. Talking about plastic surgery, I guess. They're not even trying anymore. Oh yeah, so this is it coming down. We'll just play the thing and explain it.
Puff of smoke when it touches down. A puff of dust.
That should be, yes.
That's normal.
A puff of dust last millisecond.
A puff of dust, that's more like an explosion, but you'll see in a minute.
Air.
That sounds very loud on this.
Air cushion that will kick up the dust. It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception.
Big explosion. So what happens there is it's got a sensor. Once it gets to a couple of feet before it impacts, it releases a burst of nitrogen gas, and it's like an airbag. It acts like an airbag, and it causes an updraft of the wind against the capsule as it's coming down and slows it right down. Even though it looks like it's a hard hit there, we'll just play that again.
Air cushion that will kick up the dust. It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception. There it is.
You can see that hardly bounced around or anything, so no one would be inside injured. So how they researched that, obviously with the high altitude balloon stuff and releasing it and then coming down on parachutes. But yeah. So it's called a gas burst airbag, I guess. And the rover ones actually did have filled gas bags underneath, and it bounced on. In fact, they wrapped it around the craft, and it bounced around, and it settled, and they deflated the airbags all around it. and then the rover just drives off a platform onto the ground, and that worked flawlessly too. So the next thing is incredible tracking shot of Blue Origin's NS-15. Look at the transonic region, then the air brakes. So this to me looks very much like Elon Musk technology here. So that's coming back down, isn't it? You see here it's got clamps that were holding on the top bits. It's not there anymore. So I went to the edge of space, released the capsule, pretty much free floating, until it gradually gets sucked back down by Earth's gravity, and the rest of it comes down and lands. Still amazing to watch it though.
All right, there go the drag brakes, and there you see all the speed bleeding off of the vehicle, and waiting for our BE3 engine to relight. There it goes.
Oh, it's wobbling around a bit. It reminds me of Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds are go.
Oh, look at that smooth landing.
And you can see there's a bit of dust and water vapors.
And touchdown. Welcome back, New Shepard.
So that's in the desert somewhere. I guess it's in Nevada or somewhere, is it? Weren't they building that big space platform for Virgin Blue? I suppose it's there somewhere, is it? I don't know. Congrats, Blue. So is this offshoot of Virgin's Blue Virgin, whatever it was called? I don't know. Kind of weird. Some interaction there. So it's amazing technology anyway. Alright, it's just me posting, the bot posting I should say. Yeah. Okay, cool. And next one. Here's a much more important, interesting video of Blue launch. No one cares about the space bimbos. This though is awesome. Okay, there's another angle of it coming down, I suppose. Just zoom into it. It didn't quite go right in the middle of the landing pad though. Oh no, it's moving. Just corrected its course in the last few meters, by the looks of it. So that kind of looks like that UFO case we're looking at with the 3 landing pods. Except for there wasn't any rocket engines. And there's another one of it launching and then coming back down. I'm pretty certain this Blue launch is fake, blah blah blah. The real question is, why go through all the trouble? That's because it's not fake. It's not actually going into space though. So I guess it's using kerosene type oil. So you can see the capsule on top at the moment. That's pretty cool though, isn't it? So, costs $50,000 US to go to the edge of space each. So that's 100 grand in New Zealand. And how many billions of dollars on research on that? So that's still going up. Just on a single flame.
Throttle down for Q limiting. Engine response looks good.
Kind of looks like a penis. Stupid, isn't it? It reminds me of that Mike Myers movie, Hey, Woody! Woody Harrison, and what is it? That looks like a...
Mach 1. Vehicle is supersonic.
Still going up.
Engine back up to full throttle.
Supersonic. We have passed through max Q. Maximum dynamic pressure. That's when the vehicle, the stresses between the atmosphere and the speed are at their maximum. So to punch through that is so important. You see the BE3 engines. It's firing beautifully. You see the stream of steam behind it. Those ladies right now are having an incredible view on their way to space. Comes into...
Is it actually steam? You can see the steam behind it. That'd be a byproduct of the burn of the kerosene of the oxygen and forming water. I suppose you could call it steam. I suppose hot water. So I guess it's now released the thing. We didn't actually see it because the camera didn't follow all the way up to the edge of space where it released the capsule. And now it's starting to come back down.
Shortly thereafter, you will see the drag brakes that deploy that will cut the speed of the rocket.
It's coming back down now.
And then in the last moments,
and there it is. We can see it from the stage.
There comes the rocket down. It's going to relight its engine. We're going to also see a sonic boom. We're going to hear that shortly here.
So it's not even that's not coming down fast enough to cause burn marks.
This is something that had never been done before until just a few years ago. Truly the stuff of science fiction.
Well, actually, Elon and SpaceX done it.
That you're about to watch in just seconds.
Sonic boom.
There we go.
Relighting. Yeah, it lands. Cool bananas. Okay. And then you get the bimbos in space. All female crew in space. They said they look at the moon but never showed it. I believe that's the moon there. That's what they're saying. Does it look like the moon? Let's zoom into it. It kind of looks like it might have to be the moon. We're only seeing one side of it, right? You can see there's another black side happening. So the sun's got to be over here. So I don't know what that guy's on about, but anyway, this is the bimbos in space.
You guys, I don't have to tell you, look at the moon. Look. Okay.
So these bimbos are too busy about their social media appearance and looking at the camera inside this capsule, smiling at it and trying to bring up promotional stuff for their own business, rather than looking out the windows, which is what most people would do if you were actually really interested in space travel. Why go through the effort of getting launching up there where something could go wrong and you could get killed, and not to look out the windows and spend the whole time looking out the windows. So that the brain dead, these girls.
Look at the moon. Oh my gosh. So... Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And this stupid Katy Perry looked at the camera the whole time, didn't even want to look at the moon.
That's amazing.
Ooh.
You guys, I don't have to tell you, look at the moon. Look.
It's just, how many times have you repeated it now? Look at the moon, you damn stupid bimbos!
Look at the moon. Oh my gosh. So whoa, whoa, whoa. That's amazing.
It's hilarious,
guys,
really.
I don't have to tell you.
Come on, guys, look at the bloody moon!
Look at the moon. Look. Okay. Look at the moon.
So you can see why people think it's fake, because it's got a lot of fake females inside it.
Oh my gosh. So
it's just hilarious. Got tears in my eyes laughing at it. Anyway, on to the next topic. So back to Corbell's new Navy links. Stephen Greenstreet has posted something here. Pentagon responds to the new Navy UAP footage leaked to UFO celebrity Jeremy Corbell. At least he doesn't say investigative journalist. At least he calls him what he is, just a celebrity after money. It appears they are claiming ignorance as per usual. My questions and Pentagon's answers below. Backstory. For the last 4+ years, someone has been leaking unauthorized garbage videos, US military photos and videos to popular UFO celebrity Jeremy Corbell. Dumbbell. These images are usually just blurry dots or blurry lights. Well, I wouldn't say blurry dots, I'd say blurry thermal images, even worse than optical images. Although the 2004 was still on TV mode, it was like 2040p or 160p quality. Spins the images as spooky, otherworldly UFOs. Corbell has made a career out of promoting fake, false, or inaccurate UFO stories. But the news media has always been more than happy to publish Corbell's campfire stories without much inquiry. Which means they're not investigative journalists, but more copy and paste parrots. Perhaps more strikingly, the Pentagon has never seems to investigate these leaks and punish the leakers. The Pentagon brings the hammer down for other military leaks, but seems strangely indifferent to military leaks of UFOs, which kind of suggests it's like a disinformation program, these whistleblowers, doesn't it? You think Corbell would be investigated and questioned and all that, and he's trying to say he's an investigative journalist, so he's got the journalist protection system of receiving classified information, right? But that didn't save WikiLeaks much, did it? He ended up having to be self-imprisoned in the embassy for a while, then in the actual prison once they eventually got him. So yeah, it doesn't sort of have any protections really. In 2024, asked Pentagon if they have investigated these leaks. They would not answer that question. Now in 2025, new footage has been leaked to Corbell. Is it new footage though? It's just footage that he was holding on to, so when it starts to get a dry spell, does leak out some more. Remember they always said, Lou Sondo always said, oh, we got better footage coming, guys, so we won't have to release it in 6 months, which never happened. So did they try a different scenario here with using Corbell to release it? And so they all get the money pie. Claims a video blurry dot shows spooky UFOs. I reached out to the Pentagon Public Affairs Office and C. Joe Gradasher, spokesman for the Navy. So here we go. It's probably going to be long. Does the Department or Navy have a comment on this leak? I assume this was not an authorized release. So some of those videos look like they've been, analyzed and then cleared to me. The blue one looked like it was like one, oh yeah, that's obviously man-made. We can now declassify it and release it, ready for being destroyed or archived, and then someone has got the copy of the archive one and leaked it to Corbell. That's how I always thought it, you know, like the one falling into the water. It looked like a balloon that was got a hole in it or something, or a slow leak in it and it's covered down. Like it might have been like one of those Chinese balloons that they shot a few bullets through, and so it's gradually was leaking and coming down. So when they said it splashed down, they probably knew it was a Chinese balloon, right? And then because it's a very heavy platform underneath, it would have just sunk it right down to the bottom, which then it got disappeared. Because you get strong sea currents, could easily drag something like that off for miles as it's going down, right? A bit like the Titanic. But maybe they even shot off most of the platform underneath anyway, and we don't see it on the video because it's not optical, is it? It's thermal. Mick West said it was like flare coming down with IR of glare off the back of a jet flying off around the horizon. I don't think so, because you don't see it gradually getting smaller and smaller as the planes get flying away. I think he's totally wrong on that, but anyway. So yeah, go through that. Is Arrow investigating UAP? What is the current assessment? And then they got the replies, is it? Hi Stephen, still working on it with Arrow. Arrow has no record of this alleged UAP incident. As we said before, the department encourage any former or current government employee or contractor who believes they have information relevant to the congressionally directed historical review to submit a report to Arrow, blah 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 blah. So it's very government red tape worded. Additionally, guidance went out to all military services regarding the current operation, reporting, blah blah blah. Thank you for your statement. Greenstreet back to it. I'm still waiting a response to the 2 questions below involving the Navy. Does the Department or Navy have a comment on this leak? 1. I assume it was not authorized. Okay. Arrow has no record of the alleged incident. We encourage individuals who believe they have knowledge to come forward, blah blah blah. The Pentagon is not investigating the unauthorized leak of this military imagery. Would that be an accurate statement? No response. So, why wouldn't they respond to that question? 1, they don't care. 2, disinformation is good for what they want, to cover up any of the DARPA experiments going on. Or 3, they are investigating it, but they can't talk about it because it'll ruin the case. I'd like to see Corbell's house door being slammed down and him slammed on the bed and handcuffed. Now, that would be good video footage, because generally that's what happens. My mate, well, ex-mate, I don't know if he's a mate or not now, but he went to the cops to ask for information about the legalness of drones and adding stuff to it. And the next day he gets raided because he wanted to put a railgun on it, which shoots, uses electricity to shoot basically projectiles, I guess. And so he gets raided, the door bashed in, and 5 in the morning, and then slammed on the bed and handcuffed, and then interrogated. So if that happens to him on that, imagine something serious like that. And this is in New Zealand. America's going to be a lot worse. And of course, we've got Shifty Eyes Corbell there, and the new still from that horrible video. No record of alleged incident. And that, you can see it's garbage video, really. And Mick West refuses to look at it until he gets the uncropped version. Because remember, we were looking at it and it had clearly had all the compass and other settings that the camera was set on. And obviously the altitude and speed and all that sort of stuff. All that information was cropped off. He won't look at it until he's got the information. What did I say? Just experimental DARPA drones with IR cloaking that are water or air. I've sent a FOIA request after Corbell's release for leaked videos just before the first UAP report came out. I can send you the FOIA if you like. Why are your views aligning with truths now? Can you ask Sue some tough questions? All goes back to Christopher Mellon. Not that horrible triangle video. Yes, that's right. Leaking images of blurry dots or blurry lights is a criminal act that puts the security of USA in danger. Death penalty, yes. Let's see that for Corbell. The simplest answer: without a conspiracy, it never was reported as anything except a blurry blob. Well, they didn't report it at all. And it's on their personal owned smartphones. Who knows? Goff is saying that the arrow has no knowledge. Doesn't mean that, yeah, what they're saying here doesn't mean that the Defense Department doesn't know about it. It's just the arrow doesn't know about it because they haven't been sent all the information. Again, Corbell doesn't really have anything of substance and has been proven to be fakes. Yeah, it could be simply a fake as well. I can't rule it out until the Navy confirms it, I guess. Legally obtained or not, there was a time that his leaks stopped and many surprised it was Grush who was supplying, there. I mean, many surmised, not surprised. Grush was supplying Corbell or even the UAPTF. That's what I reckon. I reckon it's David. Pictures and videos are blurry / poor. Why bother investigating? Corbell is a clown. Yeah, so on that interview he was a bit of a clown. How dare she not say it came from me, the reports. He's all angry. Has it been modified? I don't remember him falling over, but he might have done. I'm a journalist, untouchable. None of it matters. These leaks should be investigated. Snitch. This guy's calling Greenstreet a snitch. Go. Question: why do we keep referring to them as leaks when, for all we know, it's footage Corbell shot? Where is the filmmaker? Anyway, that's the update on that. So nothing news happening. Just like most things with Corbell, you'll see him all over the TV being interviewed, but nothing really boils down to being solid evidence. So this come out here from NASA, was it? NASA. The dinosaurs went extinct because they didn't have a space program. But we do. Our newest documentary, Planetary Defenders, shows how we find, track and mitigate asteroids. Available now. It is entirely on X. So here's a video here. I might just post a link to it so you can have a watch. So we do know there's some close call stuff heading our way, and I think it's going to be still SpaceX, because Emilcin's only getting to the edge of space. This at least gets into space. It's going to be Chinese, SpaceX working together, probably with the Russians, to try and push the asteroid away, else we all die. Maybe I won't be alive then anyway, who knows. But also, the key is to get into space and get humans on other planets. Else we are going to become extinct like the dinosaurs. So yeah, NASA maybe. We'll play a clip of it here, I suppose. How we going out there, people? Ain't got too many on. We've got 10. Do hit a like if you like what we're doing here. It's at least a free way in supporting me, and also get the word out there about the Out There channel, because it's really hard to get promoted, and self-promotion doesn't work very well. So let's just play a clip here to start with. Ooh, music. NASA.
So this next set is finishing up. We'll have some new data here pretty quick.
Yeah, we've got to be careful with the music. They might have paid license for
brand new near-Earth asteroid. We got one. No, like I didn't think that was gonna happen. We got, yeah. No, it's brand new. I just got the notice back from.
So you can see AI would be used in this, and AI would be perfect for this, where you can train it to look for asteroids by looking at images and how it moves, and then it can recognize it and build up a pattern recognition. So AI would be perfect for this instead of humans missing something or whatever.
From the Minor Planet Center that they published it. So there it is, bam, live. This is our
so to me, it looks like he didn't see it, but the computer saw it, and it's just alerting him, right? Let's just move on.
So finding asteroids, that's probably the most important part.
Lots of music, dingling. I hate music. Especially when the people are talking. It's alright for emanations, but when people are talking, music is crap.
Visible light. And Near-Earth Object Surveyor is one such telescope.
The Near-Earth Object Surveyor mission, or NEO Surveyor.
So they got music playing. It's just, I just find it distracting. But anyway, you can go and watch that anytime now. Here we go for time anyway. Feels like an hour's passed already. Hour and a half already. Yeah, more than an hour. Okay, on to the next thing. What is this? The notorious sparkle UAP. I've seen this exact phenomenon myself, and it's unexplainable. Well, there's no such thing as unexplainable. There is, obviously you can have theories, but some things are explained even though people say it's unexplainable. So we'll just have a watch of what he's got here, a little clip. A couple of times. And as you see, we're going to have to zoom into this. Now apparently there's little sparkles happening.
Legitimately, how it looks in the video is how it looks in person. Just blinking on him, all lights.
Yeah, it takes a wee while to start spotting them. I'll just have to zoom right into it. See little flashes of light. Obviously there's cloud there, which doesn't help. So these lights look like they're above the cloud, right? You can see the cloud is covering them. So what do you think it is? Stars? I think if you look carefully, we can start to see that maybe a couple of them are moving. I can see a fake one moving this way. So my gut feeling was these were satellites that were spinning and the lights just hitting them. And so the solar panels, when it's brightest, will show enough light for the camera to detect it. Because you can't see it with your eyes, you can only see it with the camera.
It's pretty neat. Just crazy ass shit.
So that one there looks like it's moving, alright. I think it's getting on a dark diagonal line. We'll just keep looking at that spot there.
Just blinking on him, all lights. It's pretty neat.
There it goes going. So we can go along that direction. Of course, it could be a plane. There's that one.
Legitimately, how it looks in the video is how it looks in person. Just blinking on him, all lights.
Doesn't look like a SpaceX, but it might be one of those shells that hasn't got many SpaceX in it. And he's got them crisscrossing here. Some said it could be cosmic radiation, but cosmic radiation wouldn't be moving, right? It would just be a flash. So it's not cosmic radiation. I think these are just satellites. Again, this is weird. You need to use the apps, right? I did actually post underneath this video of something I found. I was trying to find similar videos of it. So he's saying it's high energy cosmic ray hitting water particles. I don't think so. That's what I said there. I said spinning satellites, some will be like stationary. Now I think there was a couple that didn't actually move in that image. You just have to keep looking at it over and over again. I'll post a link to it. But here's an example here where someone was filming it. And the other sky watchers said, yeah, we've seen that before. It's just on the apps as satellite station, geostationary satellites that are spinning. So we'll just have a look here under transformer fair use. So again, we've got clouds and we've got a tree there. And we can see stars, but they're not twinkling on the camera like you see with the eyes. We've got an asteroid coming down, or a meteorite I should say. There's another one. We've got something moving there, is it? I know he's zooming in. See, they don't seem to be moving, so they've got to be stars. He's still zooming in by the looks of it. We've got a satellite. That's sort of blinking as it's moving. Another one. But is there any stationary ones here? So what we think is stars is probably not. It's probably a... So this is, guy's got a decent camera, right? Oh, here we go. We got a blinker. There you go. UFO! Nice. This is a satellite that's geostationary spinning. Pretty cool, huh? Someone with a decent camera on it and a telescope. And you can see it's not moving. Well, it does actually seem like it is moving though. Very slowly. So it could be a slow moving satellite in that case. And there's some fast ones here. And they're all in different orbits. Of course he's panning out now, so yeah, satellites can be misleading. So when you hear like a sky watcher saying, oh, it's stationary, it's blinking at me, it's most likely a geostationary satellite, and it's at a particular time of day where the sun angles just right where it's reflecting off the panels on the satellite as it's spinning. I'll post a link to that. You can have a look at it and see what you think. See if you think I'm correct or not. We're here to learn and improve our analysis skills, right? Blinking UFOs. That sounds like a swear word, right? Blinking UFOs. On to the next UFO. And we got Genide. How do you say his name? Genide? Genide. UFO research. My friend Travis, I hope his last name's not Walton, just stabilized the UFO found in Sweden 2010. It's even more beautiful like this. Yeah, so let's have a look at this one. Okay, you can see the stabilized it on video, and of course the tag instead of being in one place now is moving all over the place. So what's that look like to you? When I saw that I thought kind of looks like the space station or a satellite, because you got the panels here and then you got a bit in the middle and then solar panels there. Doesn't look like a UFO at all. And it's big enough to be seen with the eyes and binoculars. But yeah, other people said the same, I believe. Let's have a look. Looks like a blinked out UFO. No. Someone said International Space Station. He's saying International Space Station is moving at 28,000 miles. This object is stationary. So we got no reference point if that's stationary or not. But it doesn't rule out it not being a multi-paneled satellite either, does it? And they can be geostationary. So let's have a look. 6 paneled satellites. C-band. Of course, those with telescopes that look at the sky may have seen some of these. Big panel. See, that looks like it's got a lot of little panels on it. Most of them only got 2 though. That one's got 4. This has got 2 either side. Like that. That's generally what they look like. Always 2. Doesn't mean there's not some experimental spy satellite, of course. That could be a spy satellite that's moved into orbit and then flies away again. Could be also non-USA technology. It could be Russia or China. But yeah, I suppose it could also be like a UAP Chinese spy balloon, and they had payloads with big solar panels on it. So there's a possibility it could be dangling underneath a balloon that's not visible on the camera footage. Maybe they didn't angle it far enough up and zoom in. I don't know. What do you think on that one? Two panels, 3 panels, 1 panel, which is like start link, 2 panels, 3 panels again. It's only the International Space Station. There's one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 panels, and a star pattern. Yeah, so it could be experimental. Or it could be the International Space Station and the guy's line, of course. Yep. The 2 panel ones are the most common. Well, we're having a look real time anyway, just in case there's something new out that we didn't know. And we might be able to match it, you know. Okay, that one's got 2 long panels with a bit in the middle. Neat. Then the ESA Sentinel satellites. So could they simply have the panels rotated either side here? And that means the bit in between you don't see, and it looks like, let's have a look at this video again. So it's going the wrong direction though. If it had panels going there and there, then I'd say it would be that one. Or could it be simply a spy satellite meeting up with another spy satellite to do some maintenance on each other? That's possible, isn't it? 2 satellites together. It's interesting. That's why we look at these things. So yeah, I'll post a link to it and you can have a look. Of course, you don't get those ones on third phase. I haven't seen this one on third phase. Satellites, IS. What do you think? What does this say? So that was over top of another country. Okay, the next one. One of last night's headlights. Cloaked object responds at 15 seconds. A regular visitor back here. So that sounds like a regular satellite. Or possibly even a spy satellite. Alright, they might be moving it around and then back into position and updating the images. So it depends where this guy's filming from. But we just seen those flickering, rotating satellites.
Just had a massive flash. That's the western sky. It's Wednesday night, April 9th, 2025, right around 8:45.
So these guys are not using any apps.
Can you power up again? I've already had one
and they call it powering up for some reason.
Thank you. Just had a massive flash.
So this is what Chris Bledsoe does too. We know he's looking at satellites, so...
That's the western sky. It's Wednesday night, April 9th.
Do you see any flashing?
Right around 8:45 p.m. Can you power up again?
Power up again. It's rotating towards the sun. Alright, could be there.
Flash. Thank you. Just had a massive
Don't blink. Alright, he's got an arrow
western
to it.
Sky. It's Wednesday night, April 9th, 2025, right around 8:45 p.m. Can you power up again? I've already had one object come in out of the south.
There you go. The arrow's not even
Michael
close
King
to it.
donated 10 pounds through Super Chat. _ Mr. Gray.
Thanks, mate. So yeah, that would be a rotating satellite, a geostationary satellite, as we looked at previous videos. Although I didn't actually read the captions underneath to tell you that it was a geostationary satellite that the guy was zooming into. Whether he's in a P1000, I'm not too sure. But this is the problem with these UFO summoners. They just don't understand our technology in the sky. Or they do, and they're just chilling for money. I think Bledsoe knows he's faking it. He probably looks up the apps to know when one of these Sprite Iridium satellites or this triangular tri-satellites from the Navy flies overhead, and he starts filming it. But then again, I'm blacklisted for saying such things, but unfortunately that's the truth. These people wouldn't know a real UFO if it passed in front of them. Now we have got some real close-up HD footage in daytime of UFO that can't be debunked on the channel here, but these dots in the sky are just garbage. I won't share that one. Okay, so this gets us into some other news. The third phase UFO chasing plane. To see what's up there now, posted overnight on Reddit. Caught going super fast and slow motion. Super fast and slow motion. Never talk about a word mash there. What's that? Cherry picker? What are we meant to see? This is the problem with these videos. There. Pollen. Butterfly. Is that what we're looking at? Is it still playing? Stop playing. Is that what we're looking at? I don't know. Let's replay it. Something there. This doesn't seem to be moving really fast. So I'm not sure if that's what he's looking at. Can we see anything else? Headsets. suppose it's really gone past, is it? I'm not seeing anything. You'd have to have really good eyes, I think. Oh, that looks like a cloud, that one. I'm not seeing any little dots moving. I really hate dot videos, right? Alright, so you got a still of it, no? Right, he hasn't posted any updates or stills. Okay, next one, what's this one? We can see we've got a strong breeze there of the trees. And we know these Mylar balloons can be quite heavy. Some of them can be thick. They have also a lot of extra plastic, depending if they're a character balloon. Is it a sphere? Or some other shape? Now that looks like a balloon, doesn't it? It's going with the wind. See, we know which way the wind's going. This is one of these good captures where we got reference point to which way the wind's going, and it's at the same altitude. It's going this way. It's going with the winds. It's really cool balloon all day long. Actually, we should actually read up the comments on that. How many people said balloon? Probably no one. Here we go. Now we got a submission statement. Great video. It's moving with the wind, so it could be a balloon. Hooray! But the constant speed and straight line does look odd. No. Not if it's got some weight at the bottom of the balloon. A lot of these balloons do have weight in them. And if it's a wedding balloon especially, it could have graffiti and all that sort of stuff inside it, and it's just got away. Gusting based on the tree movement. God damn, my man, how in the hell did you spot that? Blood flying across the camera. No, it's a balloon. The trees are affected by ground wind. The object is higher up, so the wind is experienced could be different. Yes, I suppose that's true. There's less objects up that altitude for it to cause whirlwinds. Not necessarily, no. Can even go in the other direction, but obviously that looks like it's probably a difference of maybe anywhere between 20 to 100 meters difference, or 100 feet, say. Rolling turbulence across the tops of the tree to maybe 2 times the height of the trees. So it's a 50-foot tree. Expect to roll up to 150 feet above. You'll likely have smoother air. There you go. Skydiver adding in his 2 cents. And of course you can look that up online if you want to do your own peer review and background research on winds, which we've done over the years, and we already know all that sort of stuff. Okay, What's the next ones here? Okay. I would say there could be Chinese lanterns, those ones, right? Or LED balloons rotating. That's finished. Let's play that again. So it's in the evening, a wedding party just released a load of LED balloons for a wedding party. Looks a bit too white to be a flame though. So I'm more leading towards these being LED wedding balloons. And of course the fade in and out could be the batteries are starting to run down and they sort of fade off. And when you fade off, the battery recovers a wee bit and then it turns it back on again. You could do that with your torch when you got the LED torch and it's running, the batteries are running down. If you turn it off and then wait 10 seconds and then turn it back on, you'll see it suddenly bright again and then suddenly it goes dim again. About 10 seconds after you turn it back on. Let's just move it down. This is what a $1,000 camera can see 11,000 feet up in the sky. Here you go. So you got no spud cam, you can actually film planes. But even my $100 dual lens ones at the back can't see quite that good, but we can still see enough detail to know it's a plane. Better than a smartphone can. Okay, zooming in. This is what Tyler could do. He's got all the expensive camera. We've got a contrail or a chemtrail, depending on what you want to call it. And you can see it's just a plane. Pretty cool. A decent Nikon camera, is it? I don't know. Alright, they're talking about the Project UFO thing that we talked about to start with, the Polish Netflix show. Make sure you get it in English though. Else you'll be reading all the subtitles. Sky Watcher. Hey old Jay Hunter. Yeah, we don't particularly like Sky Watchers if they're not been vetted, you know. So David Bruce has provided House oversight with the names of 20 officials. Blah blah blah. Yeah. Again, years on, no zero evidence, just garbage if he's leaking stuff to Corbell. What's this? Knowing what we know now, this fleet of jellyfish, and we covered that last week, jellyfish UFOs, generate more questions than answers. Okay, do we think they're jellyfish UFOs? Or do we think they're just a bunch of balloons? What do you reckon? Can you see the strings, people? Can you see them rotating in the winds? I don't know how they get that to be jellyfish. They don't even look like jellyfish. Get it in focus, mate. Get it in focus. That's what you call two bunches of balloons. One there and one there, but that one's separated a wee bit. And there's another one, and there's another one. You can see the balloons, can't you? eh? Why are people like that posting shit like that? I wonder if anyone said they're bunches of balloons. Let's have a look. Come on, load it up. He's actually got a mission statement for this. So this is the problem with these people that are just following the nonsense of Corbell. They're going to keep publishing their own nonsense like this. I have used my dog whistle every day since I found it, and I must say some weird shit is going on. I don't know. Aliens are not summoned by whistles.
Let's party.
Yeah, let's party. And that means my battery's charged in the laptop. Because it's got its own sort of schedule for charging the battery. Because you don't want the battery to be fully charged all the time. You want it like greater than 50% and below 100 and various percentages in between to make it last longer. What? Can't even make out what we're seeing there. You can if you zoom in like I just did. But a few pixels and a grainy image. Well, it's not too bad once you zoom in. So these people haven't said bunches of balloons, right? What's he saying? What's reading? Who said anything about knowing what it is? Read the title. Yeah, but by him just justifying it with jellyfish UFOs, says he's trying to implant image in people's heads while they're watching it. Rather than saying, I captured these objects, UAPs, on film, what are they? He's actually named what he thinks they are. Haven't been to several kite festivals, so certainly looks like kites to me. No, doesn't look like kites. They look like balloons this time. You guys believe any old goofy shite. Well, at least we get a little laughters out of this, looking at these UFO videos. You know, you can't help but to laugh at the stupidity out there. Even though we do know there's real UFOs out there and real good videos out there, all we get is crap to look at. Unfortunately. All the good stuff is buried, unfortunately. No one said anything about it being balloons, so let's just move on. New congressional hearing, blah blah blah. So it happened in New Jersey. What was that? A meteorite, a big rock coming through the ceiling, is it? Yeah, it looks like it's yeah, so we've seen a few of these things on Netflix about Japanese UFOs. They always turn out to be someone flying a drone, or it turns out to be a balloon, or it turns out to be BS, like ships passing behind a nuclear power plant, or it turns out to be military jets flying overhead. From what I've seen so far of the Japanese UFO videos out there, someone else is trying to put together another show on YouTube. Looks like. Okay, first sighting in Berlin, Germany, I guess, or is that Berlin, in USA. Because I think there is a Berlin in USA, isn't there? That's where you always got to put the country name. But you got to remember, a lot of people moved from other countries into America, so they started naming it from their favorite places in America the same. Let's see, how many references on Berlin and USA? There we go, New Hampshire. Oh, quite a few. Of all 26 Berlins. New Hampshire, Granite State. So is he talking about America, or is he talking about Berlin, Germany? Connecticut, New Hampshire, MD. What's MD? What's MD? Can't see any reference. MD. Just trying to think. MD relates to America. MD. Don't know. Maryland. There you go. Another place. MD. What is MD? Still hasn't told us what MD stands for. District, maybe? Maryland District? Must be. I guess that's what it stands for. But anyway. Oh, here we go. What's this? I don't know. But anyway, we don't know what location it is. Suppose I gotta click into it and read the mission statement if they got one. How do we get that down? Ah, he's out of Germany here, so there we go. This time just flew across the back of my terrace. It's good English for being a German. And again, you can see it's smartphone technology, and he's moving it all around. Looks like it's constantly moving with the wind again. We've got some tree reference there for a split second. And you can see the rolling shutter here going down slowly. There's a rolling shutter effect. It just cut off, so you can't see it rolling down anymore. Let's see. What do you reckon it is, guys? It looks like a number balloon, doesn't it? What is it? Goes around and then down. Is that a number 4 balloon? I don't think so. I think it might be a letter U balloon. Or a H balloon. Oh no, N balloon. N balloon. This N this way. So that's an N balloon. We'll see if anyone says that, and we'll read the comments in a minute. N Myla. Oh damn. Let's type in here. N Myla balloon. It's the only way I can see. I need to get some glasses. Can you turn a 5-sighted eye into a short-sighted eye? You should be able to, shouldn't you? I just can't afford that kind of money. $300. So can we find that particular lowercase n balloon? So we need a lowercase one. So we might have to put that in. Lowercase. Here we go. That one's got a little squiggle on it. There's the H one. Did we have a squiggle on that video? I can't remember. Where's it gone? Have to zoom right into it again. I started playing, that's why. We had it in the perfect spot before. Let's have a look here. Oh. So it looks like it goes around and then a little bit up. Just step it a wee bit. Just rotate, doesn't it? Alright. So it looks like an end there, doesn't it? So it could be that one. But why can't we see the squiggle bit? It's more like to be like something like this one here, but that's not it. Thought there'd be more selection. It's more like that one there, but we want one that's further apart. Maybe the Germans got a different design. We're not using those crappy Chinese ones, we're designing our own. So that's getting closer to it. But we wanted one without the bits on the end. So it's got to be out there somewhere. But anyway, we'll just move on. Oh, don't need the super zoom. Out a bit, out a bit. It's working quite good today, actually. Let's see. Anyone say it's balloon? J or C shaped miler? No, they're saying it's number 4 and it's not. It's an N balloon. This is a sec balloon. The bit of the flat nylar webbing connected to flated parts of the balloon. Let's have a look. No, I don't think it is that one. We do not have a winner. I think my one was a better one. No, it's not a 4. Can't believe no one said it's a N balloon. Lowercase n. He's seen it as a H one. But it's a really small thing if it's going to be H1, so yeah, I don't think so. But at least everyone's saying it's a balloon, right? Saying it's a milder balloon. So imagine what sort of arguments and debates on what it is happens, right? 95% blue, 5% NHI. You just gotta love this field. It's entertaining, isn't it? Bro, that's a balloon. Yeah, we want a sack match, mate. We want a sack match. I ain't gonna spend my whole day looking for the exact match, but it's just a lowercase n. Let's move on. I'll move on to third phase in a minute. Let's see if there's anything else here. There's a clear one shot of a plane and looks like a dot. MH teleportation video style UAP. Oh god. Let's have a look anyway. So let's go into YouTube. Okay. So it's something that moves fast, so it's got to be close to the camera, like a bug. They had to slow it right down to see it. And there it is there. And it moved like it was a bug, didn't it? And the bugs are back. The bugs are back. Anyway, that will do for that. We'll head on to third phase. And they're knocking out more of a shill movie again with all these stupid, mentally ill females. And they got the stupid redhead with the small mouth. That believes everything's a UFO, but she's not believing it's a UFO. She's just shilling everything's a UFO, just like her boyfriend, Blake Cousins. Now this Eisenhower chick, whatever her name is, can't remember what her name is. She's just so mental, that girl. And we got Linda Moulton Hill, that believes everything's a UFO, or again, she knows they're not all UFOs and shilling for a living. Now, who's these other ones? Kerry Cassidy, well, we know the bad history of her. And who's that one there? The one in the black hair, I don't know. Barbara Lamb? I don't know. Anyway, we go on to the UFO chasing the plane. You can see the nice thumbnails they do to put the suggestions straight in your head what's coming up. With the big red arrows. Clickbaity as hell. Maybe I should be using big red arrows. What do you think? Maybe you should have a poll. Should Paul put thumbnails out with big red arrows? Even though I do put little snaps over top of my general face and alien face. At least mine's actually off the actual videos rather than photoshopped. Okay. So I might have to get going soon though. How are we going for time? Let me just check. Looks like YouTube's bombed out and I have to reload it. Hopefully it's still working alright your end. 2.5 hours, so we're actually coming up to the 3 hours anyway. But let's have a watch. It's amazing how much time flies by when you're looking at this stuff, right?
Airliner flanked by UFOs. Watch this.
Flight. Now, is it fake? So keep everything in mind here. Is it CGI? Are the clouds moving? Is there any out of focusness happening? Stuff that you do with CGI, After Effects and all that sort of stuff. So just keep an eye on that. Do we get a post here? It went in quick. It's went in quick. Yeah, the time flies, yeah. It should be getting late there for you now. Let's say in UK. So we got a plane here. And we got a dot. And we got a dot, right? You see it on my phone now. But here, if you look at carefully before we go any further, looks like it's got black things either side here. Right? Out of focus. But if you look at the plane also has, because it's got wings there and because of compression, the way compression works, it creates these black things either side. Because of the way the pixels work. So that kind of suggests that this is actually a small jet, not an actual UFO, but like this, but scaled right down. Because of the compression artifacts and maybe some interaction with pixels going on either side here in the compression algorithm. And the other one is even further away and got no detail whatsoever. So let's just listen to the bullshit of these guys. So could it be legit? Yes, it kind of looks like it could be legit at this stage. But how's it being filmed? Looks like it's being filmed from the ground upwards, right? So we've got to take, or is it being filmed from another plane looking down? In that case, we'd expect more distortion and other problems. So is it ground up or plane down?
Alright, let's roll.
I gotta be careful with the music there too, bastards.
This once again, give us a big thumbs up. Tell us.
Give you a big thumb up the bum. So, is that the zoom in there?
Where you're joining us from around the world, we're broadcasting.
Okay, looks like it come behind the cloud there, didn't it?
For the big island of Hawaii, and we're looking at something.
Okay, it looks longer there now, doesn't it? It looks like a plane. And it looks like it's passing through cloud cover.
Right there.
Is that cloud moving? It looks like it might be moving.
The left flanking.
I'm just looking at the really micro changes.
It appears to be military in nature. Another UFO appears right.
Well, there's no blinking lights, and it looks like it. Looks to me like Air Force One, if anything. Are they filming Air Force One with the flanking fighter jets? See, that looks longer than a circular thing now, doesn't it? And it's got the black happening more this side because of the lighting, and that's got the black happening that side more. So it's like escort jets firing a big jet.
Right there to the right, flanking it in the.
There you go. Look, it's not really well in focus. It's obviously not a P1000 camera. But can we see the clouds are moving enough?
And other UFOs appear. Are we looking at something manipulated here? Or are we looking at some incredible UFO, UAP footage?
I don't know, if you could just stabilize on a cloud and see how much it's moving.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like this. The quality is a little rough, I gotta admit, but the detail kind of leads you to real...
Is he zooming upwards? Is that ground we're seeing here? So it's looked like that's on the ground. That looks like trees.
Definition of what we're looking at. We're seeing UFOs right on the side.
Of course you are, Blake, Cousins and Brink. That's all you ever say you see. But could it be CGI?
Of this military craft, especially the one right at the tail, if you see it.
It looks like ground there, so it looks like it's filming upwards.
Right there, then it starts to flank again to the right. When we get the close-up, we're going to see...
Yes, this is a clever hoax, though. I would be really happy to see a bit of cloud
more
move.
Definition of this thing, but we see a third object appear as well. Are these the infamous Tic Tac UFOs that we've been...
Yes, he's laughing, he knows the Tic Tacs are planes that you can't see the wings on because of crappy spud cam.
Talking about for the past 13 years. Look at this.
Look at this, people. Look at this. Make sure to give the thumbs up and throw some money in the till.
Stuff. Right, we're...
Right. Yeah, when you're going to analyze it, are you going through it like I am? Now, is it CGI? Are we getting some cloud movements?
Looking at this, we're going to roll this just another minute or so, just to...
Why don't you just roll it all so we can see what's going on?
Get a close look. Again...
Not as close as what I'm doing at the moment, that's for sure.
We've got two UFOs.
So the edge of that cloud there looks like it would be dissolving if it was a regular cloud.
The person that shot this, who knows?
And there you go, look, it looks like it's changed a wee bit in that few seconds.
Maybe these drones are being released from...
And now it just goes off the edge just as it sort of changed to a more of a blob.
This military jet, in my opinion, it almost looks like a C-17.
Is it fading?
Down there, it's definitely quite large. Could be a commercial airliner, but...
You won't know because you don't. This person that's filming is not using any apps. It could be Air Force One, of course.
We've heard of the military releasing drones. Are they releasing drones or are these UFOs?
And now he's saying, are they UFOs? Before they're saying, oh, we're watching UFOs.
In close...
What is it, Blake? You can see the dang wings on this. I wonder what Goofon said about this stupid video.
Proximity. Observing what's going on in the skies at approximately 30,000 feet. This is quite incredible footage.
See, all you need to do is have a stationary background image. Get a model, CGI model of a plane, blur it out a bit, and little jets and scale them right down to the... And then use the overexposure settings. And bingo. You got a really... With AI now, it's very, very hard. AI probably could do this quite easily. But I think it might be genuine. I'm just looking at this cloud here. I think there's some slight changes in a few seconds.
We're looking at something that the world needs to see. That's why we're sharing it with you.
No, we don't need to see this unless you're using it to debunk. There you go, look.
Yeah. Now let's bring up something.
You can see the wings on that one.
Vintage video footage of a typical flying saucer.
So it's one of the better alleged UFOs chasing a plane one we've seen, I guess. Well, what garbage. Okay, on to the next video. A shaky video. Poor quality color. Sounds like it might be in Mexico, is it? Or Spanish? Santa Maria. Sounds like it could be Mexico, or is that Mexican type trees? Could be South America. That looks like a Globo alarm balloon, right? They always have these triangular angled hot air balloons.
Ahí no está. Necesito tener
Did he say Mexico there?
lugar fijo porque cuando hago el acercamiento.
So language experts out there, is that I suppose we're not going to find out on here because they don't add it over like a label at the start saying date, time, location and direction looking. You can see there's a bit of wind here, so it looks like it's heading with the wind. Well, a little bit of wind actually. It's very hard to see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can see that sort of going backwards and forwards a wee bit there. So it looks like it's headed with the wind. It looks like they're filming through a window too.
No, nada, estoy usando como zoom.
No, give me some bacon. Okay, let's skim past that garbage.
Watch this.
Oh, watch this one. Multiple UFO fleets. Okay. Okay, are we looking at a bunch of balloons again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Or air show. Kind of looks like it could be an air show. And again, we're looking at blurred out Tic Tacs or planes.
7, 8. I'm counting.
Why is he zooming in and out?
8 UFOs. The video doesn't.
That looks like a formation of planes.
Last for very long. It was submitted to us.
Of course, it was submitted to you.
Earlier today via our TikTok, and somebody said, guys, what do you make of it?
What? TikTok?
Yes, and you can see the bird kind of.
Okay, looks like a tail fin. Looks like a wing going this way. And then looks like a body of a plane going that way. What do you reckon? And likewise here, we're getting a reflection point of the sun between the tail fin and the angle of the wing. So tail fin, reflection point, and the wing sticking out. Oh, look at this one. This one's on a slightly different angle. We're just seeing the tail fin, and of course the wing is horizontal to us. Plane, 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 all day long.
Like fly in front of it. I don't think there's any manipulation. We're looking at.
Well, they didn't zoom in like I did the enhance it without. Well, actually, we didn't even enhance it with the filters. We just enhanced it with simply zooming and pausing and stepping.
Something that is unknown. I just wish this clip lasted just a bit longer, but we're looking at, again, 8 discs.
8 discs, straight to 8 discs. That's just terrible, terrible. To be a real ufologist, you stick in the middle and you follow the evidence. And I haven't seen any UFOs with wings and tail fins that are not man-made.
Information, and these aren't your
information.
Drone, in my opinion. We're not seeing.
Oh, go on, piss off, Blake. You're really pissing me off now. Next one. With their stupid music, so they got put copyright on me.
After the 2013, guys, explain it to me. Yeah, if this is indeed a craft, Blake, this thing's massive.
We're not looking at Soho images again, are we? With what they call it, corona massive ejection artifacts.
If you could see the sun up there on the right, and this thing.
It is so. They're still pushing this crap, right? And we know they get these masses that form circular patterns as it's moving away from the sun. So, garbage. What's
The
the next
latest
one?
documentary out right now. It's called Nexus to Discover.
It's called Linda Knowlton How Believes Everything. Actually, that would be a good documentary, I think, if it was called that. But no, it's going to be called something stupid.
Disclosure. The truth is classified, and there's.
The truth is classified. Disclosure. The truth is classified. Come on, Blake. If you and Dr. Greer or Dr. Greed, you can get away from the thing of disclosure nonsense. Linda Knowlton Howe, look at that face, man. It's about time she packed it in. Started getting out the UFO field because she's making a right mess of it.
So much great response. Linda is a veteran.
She kind of reminds me of the sister of the UFO hunter. What's his name? Bill Burns. Because he's got the same type of eyebrows. Bill Burns. Let's bring up his image. I always thought she was the sister of him when I saw the eyebrows. I just have to see if I can spell his name right. Burns. Let's see if we can get an image of him. Not particularly that one, but sometimes you get the right shots of the eyebrows. Like that. I think he sort of obviously gets someone to pluck him and when he's on camera. But when you start looking at him, overall, his eyebrows almost seem to be identical to his. You think being a lady should have him plucked into thin strips or something. Oh, there's not too many pictures of him. Alright. That one's on TV. We want one where he's not actually on TV. Looks like we're not going to get it. But yeah, if you watch him on UFO Hunters, where he's a wee bit rough, he kind of looks like he's got eyebrows like that. Very similar thickness and everything. She's got a fairly big mouth for a small lady though, isn't she? How old is she now? She must be getting up to a fair age now. 90? And she's still working with Shill's Third Face to make a documentary. How shameful is that, you know? That just proves me they're all working together to make money, right? Oh yeah! So that's when she used to be younger looking. The nose has got a wee bit different for some reason. Unless her eyebrows gone crazy. So that's what her eyebrows used to look like, and then they turned into that. Really weird, if you ask me. But anyway, what's her age? Age. 42. So what's that make her? 8 makes it 50. Then what are we up to now? 75 plus 8. What's that work out to be? 83 years old. See, it must say here somewhere. 83. There we go. My maths is still working. So she's getting up there in age now. You think she'd probably retire with all the money she's made, but it just makes you wonder how many bills she's still got. She's still going. What's quite interesting here, though, is Wikipedia or YouTube are now adding these things that deface the video when you play it, and if you don't block the ads, it comes up here over the top of the video, and you can't seem to get rid of it. So I suppose my ones where I talk about alien abduction, they're probably going to have this big thing over top of it. Because I blocked the ads, it's not showing up above it. But yeah, you can see it if you look at my thumbnail when I took it on, one that wasn't blocking the ads so good. Where is it? Live. If you look at the thumbnail, you can see when I cut it, they got this big black thing that goes over the top of the video. It's very annoying. If you click it, it goes to the Wikipedia, but it doesn't give you an option to close it and get rid of it. But yeah, it's not showing up today though. They're always attacking the UFO field for some reason, and they use the Wikipedia to do it, which is not really good at all, because the stuff that on abduction cases is really a lot of it's missing. About half of them being seen during daytime, and 6% other people with them when it happens, and all this sort of stuff. And none of that information is on there. So it's a biased Wikipedia post on alien abductions, right? So Cassidy, she's garbage, that lady. Who cares what she's got to say? And you got Linda Moulton Howe, and then you got that nut job there. She even looks like a nut job. Psycho Eyes, and who's the other one? Who the hell's that? Anyway, who cares? I don't care what any of those ladies have to say. None of them are correct. And now they got a full thing on it here. Didn't put up much UFO videos, did they? They're promoting their own documentaries. They got them all hanging out together on air. So, to me, these people know Third Phase is a big hoax channel. Why would you ruin your reputation by being on that? Because it's all about money. Nexus to disclosure. Garbage. Maximum of $100,000 though, probably. What else we got here? Magic Spear. Did we look at that one last time? I think it came out after. I think they're recycling. Check. Yeah. Okay, no, we haven't seen that one. Here we go for people out there. It's getting later in the day, so I'd expect more people to show up probably. and more people to drop off from UK. But anyway, we're getting near the end anyway. So what are we looking at here? Looks like some infrared camera, maybe security camera. Color night vision maybe, but doesn't seem right somehow. Should be illuminated the ground, shouldn't it? That bright. And if it's a spider, it won't be red, but it could easily be a spider coming down on the thread. But the way it sort of bent and went into that there, this looks like a CGI. That's got to be CGI. It didn't even line up with the hole there properly. The explosion of light, see that there?
Alright, this video's getting weirder and weirder as we're watching it.
It's getting really weirder in the sense that it's getting more exposed as we're watching it as a pure fake video.
We're kind of in awe, bouncing orb, playfully, it seems, coming out of this hole from the ground, leaving.
Yeah, well, show us a daytime picture of it as well, or if it's a security camera, they should better fast forward or time lapse through all the different hours to show that it's still there and all that sort of
plasmic
business.
smoke, just weird trails behind it. This was captured on a security cam, and
yeah, this is a fake. This is a fake.
I think it's been out for some while now, but it's the first time I've seen it today. That's why we're sharing it here on Third Phase of Moon. I want to get your thoughts from around the world. We're tuning.
Well, you've seen my security ones with the bugs, right?
Actually broadcasting from the big island of Hawaii. Those frogs, or those chirping sounds you hear in the background, those are frogs, by the way.
Oh, I thought it was your relatives, Blake.
We're invasive species from Puerto Rico, but we're looking at something that's evasively coming
That looks like a computer game now.
out of the ground here, and the wildlife. Brent, your thoughts?
What was that? Was it a cat or a man running?
Here on Third Phase of Moon, I want to get your thoughts from around the world. We're tuning, actually broadcasting from the big island of Hawaii. Those frogs, or those chirping sounds you hear in the background, those are frogs.
That's the redhead.
By the way, they were invasive species from Puerto Rico, but we're
Yeah, she's an invasive species from California.
looking at something that's
Now, what the hell is that, guys? Is that a cat?
uh,
That looks like a man character from a video game running along. Come on, it has to be.
frogs, or those chirping sounds you hear in the background, those are frogs, by the way.
Cheepa, cheepa, cheep,
species
cheep.
from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But we're looking at something that
That's gotta be humanoids.
evasive.
Can't be a cat, can it?
Around here, and the wildlife.
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
fake.
this is wild.
This is wild, man.
I wonder what kind of animal that was. Was that a raccoon? Let us know in the comments.
I don't know, to me it looked like a miniature man running along.
But look at this thing. You can see it kind of perched in a hole, and it's leaving this kind of dark, kind of cloudy smoke. Is this thing hot? It seems so. Look at that thing just come out of the hole and scurry on the ground like it's alive.
See how these guys always laugh.
Then it does these really neat bouncy.
Looks like a really good CGI. Moving on to the next one.
Rolling.
Another
Once
one,
again, the
dots,
spherical
a tic-tac. Is it there? Let's see something
like
there.
orb captured a
Oh, here we go, orb. That's a weather balloon. There we go.
Approximately at 30,000 feet by a passenger on board a commercial airliner.
And they've captured a weather balloon, which pilots see quite regularly, because yeah, it looks like it's like tear-shaped going on.
All right, we're gonna enhance this footage, but we want.
I've already done it for you, and it's a balloon.
To show it to you, Rob. We're just this evidence lasts for quite some time here.
Sometime. What? How many minutes are we talking about? Oh, it's on a plane. And then it could be a fake.
Right. So I added some brightness contrast, and
it even looks like a balloon.
Put a little sharpening on this image.
Okay, so you got to imagine that it's crinkled. A wee bit, because these balloons do expand as they go up. So the dark crinkles are going to cause dark, and we've got a lot of compression artifacts here. Is it a weather balloon though?
Adobe Premiere, and
still looks like a tear shape going on.
It did a pretty good job. Definitely. It looks spherical, metallic. The orb.
It looks pear-shapey. Liar. Where's it gone? Pear-shapey. But is that little other balloons around it?
Whatever you want to call it, the metallic sphere. It's back. And again, it's.
I'd say it's not metallic sphere. I'd say it's a white latex.
In pretty close proximity to this commercial airliner.
Looks like a star balloon connected to it, so it's not going to be a weather balloon. It's going to be a tear-shaped white balloon. Oh, actually, it could be a heart-shaped balloon. Some coloured heart-shaped balloon. Could be a white one with a star one behind.
This passenger did actually a pretty good job holding it steady.
But how long did they video it for from the plane?
This thing's off at quite a distance, but the person had the eye to notice.
I don't think it is of a distance,
pull out the camera.
actually.
That's super smart.
I think it might be only...
Yeah, he crushed it with this shot. It's just
100 feet away.
It's given us enough information to get a good close-up look at this thing. As the plane kind of banks around it, it kind of reveals more of a body up to this craft. Could it be more of the tic-tac shape? And right in the beginning, we're looking at it dead straight. And as a plane kind of does this roundabout around this object, we see more of the...
Which means it could be a couple 100 feet away. And we know these balloons, so you can see how small it looks there. So it could be a couple 100 feet away. And we know these balloons can be up to fair size of 40 inches or more for star and tear-shaped ones. So I'm going to go with a star balloon connected to a tear-shaped balloon. Okay, the next one. This one is a security camera again.
And from Australia. Take a look at this. Another security cam.
Aussie.
Captured something. Did you see?
So normally you get bugs, right? We know we get bugs on these security cameras. Now, shows up in one frame. So if it's on long exposure and it's capturing only, depending on the type of camera, it could only be like 6 frames a second. Or 12 frames a second. Could that possibly be a bird that's sort of been stretched with overexposure? bird that flies right past the camera really fast. Kind of looks like it could have a wing there. And the rest of it is just overexposed.
29 frames per second. Maybe.
There's not 29 frames per second on a security camera. You're really lucky to get that even on the most expensive. You could upscale it, of course, to be 30 frames a second. But the original camera will only be like 6 to 12. Maybe 15 if you're lucky.
Maybe less, but whatever.
Maybe less. See, these guys are just not doing the metadata and telling the facts, right?
By super fast, and I got a feeling that this isn't one of those anomalies like a bug.
Not a bug, you reckon?
This time, we're looking at something that
I don't know. It went there and there, but let's see if we can slow it down.
Feeling that this isn't.
Now you can see the color of the sky behind, so it hasn't been mucked around with like two images joined together.
One of those anomalies like.
Why is it not stepping? I wish we had some sort of counter that we could bring up on the screen. It should be moving it forwards. Oh, there we go. I think it only shows up on one frame. There. Then disappears. Well, the sky is not moving, right? So those clouds look like they would be moving quite fast. Go on. No, it's just one frame it's caught on. It could be a bird, it could be a bug.
Something that has that tic-tac characteristic.
And you got tic-tac up your ass, mate.
For sure. And what's interesting.
It's probably a damn seagull. And because the camera, we don't know what the camera settings are. It may only trigger when it detects movement, so that could explain what's going on there. A seagull really flying low just right past the camera.
And if these things do indeed move 30,000 miles an hour.
Stop being an idiot, mate. If it was moving that fast on a security camera, I don't think you'd see it at all.
You'd be lucky enough to even capture it on a frame, but this thing was moving extraordinarily.
Even if that was a real UFO, that would have to be a small UFO too, wouldn't it? That would be like 5 inches high and maybe 2 foot long. Which most people would say that kind of looks more like a drone, but if it was a drone, then it's not symmetrical because you can see it tapers off more at the end here than it does at the nose. I bet if we run it through some filters, it would look more like a bird. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with the basic ones at least. Okay. If we can get rid of some of the overexposure. It's going to be a bit hard to do on this particular basic thing. Probably need to take a screen snapshot. A white bird. I got a feeling this could have been AI enhanced. It's been mucked around with. And of course that makes more blurry objects into sharp detailed. I reckon it's been put through some AI enhancements. That's my gut feeling on this. If we saw the original. See, because the way it sort of stands out and it's not blurred, right? You don't fast moving object, you don't get it so sharp detail. This has been mucked around with. But there's the wing coming out this way. I reckon it's a bird. Okay. And it's been mucked around with AI.
Really fast here. Yeah, and it's using technology that's
if
not
it's
going to
moving
break
fast,
the sound barrier or create any kind of disturbance.
Look how blurry the car is here.
It's around it, some sort of supercavitation that could be going around this craft. This is the downsized version of it. Look, this.
That's been mucked around with. Come on.
Maybe that was, but
it's a seagull.
UFOs.
It's a damn seagull. If it's not a seagull, then you could say it's some sort of crazy RC drone that they're flying past their security camera real fast, and then they've mucked around with AI. But anyway, that's what's the next one. Another balloon. Yeah, behind a mountain range. Hang on. That looks like a gondola. Hang on, let's go back to that one. Is that the one we looked at before? Yeah, that's that gondola one again. I think. Oh, that's really loud. Let's just mute that. Where's it gone? That looks like an observatory there. Or is it going there? Further on. Alright. No, it still could be a gondola. Because they can go different angles on posts and look like they're going down towards a lower hill. Looks like it's actually coming downwards when it's actually turning and heading down to the next post down the hill. I think it's a gondola. Yeah, I think this is the one we looked at last time. Although that there does look like a flying saucer. So has it been edited maybe? Looks like it's got something going up the top here. Like where you go on rollers on the wire. Looks like there's something going up here, right? It kind of looks like it goes up. Why would it have a long thing going out here though? Unless it's been modified. I'll just keep looking at it. The colours seem to be off on this. Doesn't look like UFO now though, does it? Because these gondolas are sort of circular. It could be a fake. It could be a fake. They may have just edited certain frames of the video of a gondola to make it look more like a UFO. And it gets there, then it gets a pylon and heads off down this direction. And off that direction. Or is it just simply a fake? Although I'd expect that to be more going down that way. That looks like it went down that way. But we can't see any post. Unless it's been edited out, of course. I'd say fake video. Could have been a gondola that's been modified. Yeah, just shrink it back down a bit. I don't think that was the gondola one we looked at last time, because I would have seen the things outside. What garbage are they saying?
It gives a view of the top rim of the portion of the ring around it. It almost looks like...
Yeah, it looks like a different video. Okay. Is this the gondola one? What are we looking at? Is that the one we looked at? That was a gondola. Okay, I don't know.
Right, let's roll that once again, and again.
Once again.
With our software here, I put some, we just want to get a better look at this thing. So I
okay, it's a round ball. Well, so
blew it up probably about 200%. Added.
Actually, it could still be a gondola.
Some brightness, contrast, and once again sharpened it. No AI enhancement, just in-house.
It could be a gondola. When we take in compression artifacts and lighten, it looks like it could be something going up to a light cable that we can't see. So it could be a gondola cell.
Adobe Premiere tools, and I think I got a pretty good look at this thing. It definitely has that, once again, metallic sphere characteristic, and it's not. It seems that it has a purpose. If this were some kind of balloon, it would.
So yeah, they recycled this one. We looked at this one already, I don't think.
It would undulate as it's moving around.
Yeah, he's saying, but it could be like a flying sky thing. What they call it, a sky fox, where it's got like a bucket or something that's carries people in it.
Around this thing seems
over top of a river.
Purpose and some weight to it. Yeah, it looks like it.
It could be. Is it called a flying fox? So what they call those ones where people grab hold of it and slide across? That's my feeling on this one. Not a particular gondola, but maybe something simpler than that. So is it a flying fox? I don't know what you call them. I suppose I should read the comments. Just to check. Flying fox. Is it a flying fox? 52 different things. A type of bat, yeah, in Australia. Fruit bats found in regions, well, in Australia, it looks like they're elsewhere as well. Alright, flying fox can also refer to a zipline. Zipline, that's the one I was looking for. Zipline aerial adventure, right. So it could be like a bucket that people just, or one person gets in, or two people, and it goes across a river. Like in South America, they use it when where they got gold mining in the forest jungle, and they want to get across the river with supplies. So yeah, let's see. Flying fox. Super seems is moving while I'm trying to type. South America, where they have really basics. Images, let's see what we got here. It's going to come with bats in it. I'll try ZipLine. ZipLine, let's have a look. There we go. So it could be a person on something like that. That we're seeing, wearing white clothing. And you can see, even on these HD ones, the cable disappears, right? You can see it here, but then it changes angle to there. It's very hard to see it in the misty forests. There we go. Can you see the cable on that one? I can't see cable. Oh, there we are. It's black. That's why. Can see it there, but where does it go to after that? It's really hard to see. Have they got one that's a bucket? Oh, here we go. Could be something like that. That looks like a UFO. From a distance, that would be perfect for a UFO. Blur it out a bit. Can we see a flying fox here? Look at that, can hardly see the cable. But there it is on that. And then it disappears, look. It almost disappears, and it's a wee bit there. And it disappears again. Can't see where it's going. Way better camera work than on third phase anyway. But I was trying to look for the gold miner ones. South America buckets. Just see it comes up. Still not. Where's the bucket one? Give me a bucket. Let's try ZipLine with this bucket then. Just one example. Like that. And someone can, a kid or whatever can sit in it. Or a human, depending how big it is. Or they could just have gold or coal or whatever, and just they wind it back across by pulling on the cable. So I think if we go back to that, it starts making more sense now. So again, you can really only just see the wires. If it's blurry or far away, you're not going to see the wires. Look, you can't see where the wires are going. Up close you can, but as you get further away, where do they disappear to? Still wasn't many bucket examples there. That's terrible, terrible. Google. Oh. Probably full screen again. How do I get out of it? F11 of all else fails. I'll just check the comments. I know there's going to be some here. 1:30 AM, but I'm good. Cool. It looks like aircraft low res, yeah. Radio waves type resolution. Is that all the comments? Wrong thing scrolling. Hey, got a beep.
Michael King donated £10 through Super Chat. _mem badge 1.
Underscore. Oh right, talking about the Men in Black. that's the channel's badge. That's what it's called. Men in Black. Cool. How's it come up when I click on it? Oh yes, doesn't look too bad. So let's go back to the crappy video here. We know we're not going to see much of a cable, but could easily be cables here. Looks like something there, maybe. Something coming down.
It's doing some sort of controlled descent over the village there.
Yeah, which would be a zip line.
This is some distance. We see it. I'll estimate this thing being the size of maybe 4 feet, 3 feet, but it's definitely
cylindrical. Like a bucket.
It's not like your normal, typical balloon. This is like a sphere, metallic, moving in the sky.
Not necessarily.
I really like this.
Okay. Are we likely to see any cables? No. So let's say they're sending down materials from the top of a cliff down to the village. Could be supplies, zip line. We ain't gonna see any cable, are we? Look how blurry it is, you know. It's gonna blend in with the sky. I'd say it's a zip line. Okay, let's move on a bit. Probably time to wrap up actually. Okay, we got this stupid thing going. Linda Moulton Howell. Desperate for money. Just imagine if these people actually told the truth and were honest their whole life. How much they would be respected, you know. If they said, oh, still looking, still most of it's explained, but there's a few examples in my lifetime of stuff we can't explain still. And just be honest. Anyway, I think we might be done, Michael. I think we better keep it to about 3 hours. What are we up to? Oh, we've just gone past 3 hours. So it doesn't process properly on BitChute once it goes over 3 hours. Because the way YouTube carves it up and they try and grab it, so they only get like half the show. So I have to delete it and re-upload it manually anyway. So we've covered most things now on third crap. But we had a mixture there from all over the place. X, Reddit and whatnot. They'll probably have some more crap next week, so I just might leave it there. So I'm going to say good night, and thanks for those amazing donations again, Michael. You can't imagine how much I'm bleeding cash at the moment on things that I wasn't expecting to have to pay money on. It was good. You enjoyed that. Like, I only had like yesterday night to put this show together, so I got home from the sisters for the third day at 5 PM and I had dinner, and then I sat down and started researching what I'm going to do for a show today from 7 PM to midnight. So I had 5 hours to look over stuff and put it all together, and that's what I managed to do. So if you enjoyed that, that's good. Unlike the old days where I had all week to look at things and stick it in order and things, I don't have that luxury at the moment. But I really want to finish, start doing that movie documentary, and I want to work on. But yes, who's out there? Anyone want to ask questions or have a say on anything? Do so now. And I'll show up on the side comment here from all those domains. Hit a like if you enjoyed the show. More likes the better, because people then see, oh, it might be worth watching right through, you see. Again, we get a lot of people on Pilled, but hardly anyone voting there. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm just going to wind down now and say goodnight. Well, just type it in here. Good night, and have a good work week, and take care on the roads, people. When you're tired, that's when you have car accidents. Good night. Oh, I know I used to. It's minor problems when you're driving. Good night all. Take care. Where I had a Mini and the brakes would fail sometimes. And you're heading towards the intersection and you're pumping the brakes and suddenly they kick in. And then you realise, do I carry on to work or do I just park on the side and get a taxi or whatever? When you get airflow and the old Mini, it was a 1966 Mini I had. Road accidents can happen like that, you know, when something fails, like your brake pads fall off or whatever. Just close that down there. And bring up my end credits. Okay guys, take care, and see you again next weekend. Hopefully we've got some better stuff to look at. Thanks again, Michael. And I better start winding down the streams. How's it going on Rumble at the moment here? Thought we might have got a few more people on Pilled actually. I started earlier, so at least got to early start in UK to the show. But where's all the UK ufologists? I don't know what's going on. Can't be that much on the web to look at.